originals. If you need a superhero, here I am. Now there I go. When you need me, you know how to let me know. All you gotta do is holler. If you need a superhero, 'cause I'ma hear you when you holler. When you need that superhero.
What's up? How are you all doing tonight? I'm in the building. I just felt like streaming for a little bit. I just completed a task, I think faster than I've ever completed a task of getting a book done, the pencils and the inks on an issue of Hotshot. And despite amongst the huge list of things that I have to do, which, where is it? Oh, here it is. Huge list of things that I do or have on tap. It's done. And let's see, is this my pen? Hotshot number 10. Yeah, that's what we're here for right now. That's what I'm talking about. The lines, and I say lines for pencils and inks. I just put all those together. The lines for Hotshot number 10, the celebration issue, the double digit issue, 2 numbers on 1 issue, number 10, technically the 11th issue, are complete. I'm super ecstatic about it. It's one of these things I get to add off to my list on Monday. I'm going to dive right into issue 11 because the script is already done for that as well. And I had a blast. This was a very... it wasn't hard, but it was a process. It was a time little process, and I think the further in I got with each page, the more comfortable I got because I started figuring out things. I was figuring out things pretty quick. Oh, thank you, Walt. That's my father-in-law. Tuning in, appreciate it. Doom Smith, what's up, Doom Smith? Thank you. So I'm real excited that this issue is done, and I'm able to jump right into issue 11. They're fourth off into issue 12. I've talked to the editor-in-chief, Danny Cooper. I've already made edits on the edits that we've decided on the pages already have been completed as well. I did that today. So now what's left is the colors, which Veronica Smith is going to hop right on after she gets done with the Zero Event number 1, which she's more than halfway done coloring that. And the letters, which Danny and I do our second step of editing in the letter stage of the book. I'm very, very, very excited to get this issue out to you. Heads up, we introduced a character in the last issue. His name was IT. And he is going to look very different in this issue. And that is because this issue, I'm dedicating this issue to my brother who passed away a bit ago. And I've decided to change that character to make him look like him because I can do that. I'm the creator of Hotshot, so I could switch that up. And I wanted to make him the character because my brother was cool ass peoples, man, significantly, and we geeked out a lot together, and we had a lot in common and whatnot. And we went to comic book conventions, we went to video game release parties, we went to the comic shop, we got toys together, we ate. We both had the same greedy ass appetite. Hey, Veronica, there she is. I spoke her name into existence. She'll be coloring this issue. But yeah. So I can't say enough. Pay attention to it. We do acknowledge it. I acknowledge it very quickly, and then we move on from it. The difference in character swaps, kind of like how on, actually exactly how on the show American Mom. Is that it? American Mom, where they changed Anacat, and she looked at the camera and said, "Yeah, kids change. Get over it." We're not that blatant with it, but we acknowledge it and move forward with it. Now, I let Denny J Quick see like the first 8 pages of this thing, and to his own benefit, he stopped. He said, "I don't want to see anymore, man. I don't want to see anymore. I'm gonna wait for the book." Honorable tribute to your brother. My condolences. Thank you, Doom Smith, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Danny Quick said he didn't want to see anymore because he wanted to wait for the book to come out, but he is definitely there day one, release one, when it drops. Um, my process through this thing was, hoping to be able to draw it digitally and be able to be faster with it. When I first started off, I drew this thing just like it was pencils. Uh, I wasn't going to do the inks, but the more and more I got comfortable with a little show called Chat and Draw, the more and more I was doing work in the iPad. Danny Cooper, Victor Dandridge, Sean Mack, everybody, but specifically them, were like, just ink it. Just ink it. You just need to ink the book. Just go ahead and ink it. So for the first 3 pages, I'm playing it pretty safe, like trying to draw it out in super, super detail with the pencils. And I think, and then by the 4th page, I did it in ink, but I lightened the color with the expectation, like I lowered the opacity, thinking in my head I was still gonna have somebody else ink over top of this thing or whatnot. And then by the 5th page, I just said, "F it, I'm gonna ink it." Um, and my pencils definitely look different. Like my pencils and inks combined together look different, because it looks like I'm trying to find my own style, my what my style is for drawing in an iPad, because I want, of course, of course, I want the book to look good. I want the book to look phenomenal, right? But the priority of a comic book isn't to be, amazing art. The priority of the comic book is to tell a story, and second priority is to get it out in a timely manner. So with those being my two main objectives, art came in third. So I still want it to look cool, but I need to find a balance between telling the story, working on it in a timely fashion, and making the art cool. So I had to merge those three things together. And I think like once you get through, what page is this? 5. And I think on the start of page 8, I really start to like, you can see it. Like if you're looking at 5, 6, 7, 8, you can see that I'm still trying to work it out. And then I got to page 9, and boom, like things started clicking or whatnot. There's a lot of panels in this book. There's over 160 panels in this book. Hey, Laura, how are you? Oh, you got your Halloween profile picture up. That's what's up. Jen says your style is having Danny Cooper in the back of your head. Hey, Jen, these last few pages, Danny Cooper was literally in the back of my head. I felt like he was on my shoulder as I was drawing the pages, and I had to lay out there, and I was going in, and I would stop, and like I could hear Danny in my ear, like, "No, that's not right. You know that's not right. Let's move that. I think you should move that over there. Flip that, and bring that down here. Like, you know what? Get rid of that whole panel. Get rid of all that." Redraw that. Let's do something else. Like I really felt like Danny was on my shoulder through this process, and I think that's a testament to how much Danny and I work together in bringing these books. And I really like, what page is this? Page 11. Page 11 is one of my favorite pages in this book. I feel like I started channeling some of my favorite artists with this issue, and I realized, or I started thinking, whether it's right or wrong or whatnot. I don't need to be overly detailed in this book or in any of my comic books. I need to be able to just give you enough information to tell the story, and make it look cool and push that factor of getting out in a timely fashion. And this one page has 4 panels, and I just think it's a fun page. And my lines on it, I'm pretty impressed with them, as far as, like, I feel like I'm discovering what my digital look is, what my digital thing is for that. I've been wearing my new FSK hat all weekend long. I have too. This is my new one too, Jen. Jen's a big supporter, big follower of FSK. She's part of the FSK team. When we go to conventions, Jen's my girl. She's there with me. So I can't wait for conventions to come back. Laura goes to conventions with me too. So I'll be excited to go back to conventions and, have my convention team rolling with me. But also, page 11 is one of my favorite things to draw in comic books, which is actually not action scenes. My favorite thing to draw in comic books are conversation panels. I fucking love conversation panels. And I think Amani's going to like this page. I think he's gonna like it. Uh, the next page, I think I was trying to get 3 done in a day or something like that. Um, every page, like, so this one was probably like, this next page, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably like the weakest page in the whole book for me. And not to say that it's bad, but just comparison to the other ones, it's not the strongest. But at the same time, this is a scenario that I ran into on Hotshot 1. I kept redrawing the pages over and over and over and over and over again, trying to make them better, as strong as the newest pages. And I kept running myself in a circle. Not this time. I got the page done. I moved on. What ended up happening is, because this is the 10th issue, the issue that we're going to put. Okay, I will. Um, right. I'll check it, Doomsmith. Agreed, Laura. And I think I had to stop myself. Like, I'm not about to sit here and keep reworking stuff. I'm gonna move on to the next page. I want to get this book finished. And in the process of this book, I decided that um, I wanted to make this issue special. 10 Having 10 plus comics in an indie comic book, that's not unheard of, but there's not very many creators that do that, that have that. There are creators on the path to that, but I can't say there's very many that have it out right now, more than 10 issues. And that's where we're at with Hotshot. In the old school traditional fashion of comic books, they celebrate every 25 issues or whatnot, which we are. We are celebrating big for the 25th issue of Hotshot. Don't worry. We are. But I want to kind of like change the format of things, and 10 is a big thing. It's going to be a celebration issue. Um, Anniversary, number 10, Big 10. I haven't figured out what we're going to call it yet, but it's an important issue. We are adding, I did add 2 more pages to it. So it's coming in at 24 pages outside of the normal 22. Um, oh my goodness. And then page 13. Like, this sucks. I'm talking to you guys page by page about what's happening, but I'm not showing it to you. It's horrible. And I've also discovered the simplicity of a background. The simplicity of it. I love Ryan Otley. I love Ryan Otley's backgrounds. And I love how he gives just enough information in his backgrounds to tell a story. And I put this background in panel 1 on page 13. Literally, it's a few lines and some hard shadows, and it works. Absolutely works. Made me real happy. I worked on this page. This page took me a minute because I had to get one of the characters' arms right. I wanted to make their hand look correct when they are touching hands in discussion or whatnot. I was very. I wanted to show Hotshot put on his costume from a different angle, angles that you really don't see when people put on their costumes. And of course, I really focused in on the hands in this issue. I'm a big fan of drawing hands, and I think Vic told me it's called strobing or strobes in panels when you have the same panel. With panels within panels and actions moving between those panels. So I do that a few times. I'm very happy about that. Let's see. Main question: when is the release date? The release date is going to be very soon. It will be with the Kickstarter, and it will probably be launched after we do our Kickstarter for the trades. For Hotshot, because we're doing a volume 1 and volume 2. But don't worry, it's coming very soon. I'm also trying to get a few more Hotshot books in the queue. Like, I want to have issue 12 drawn and done by the time we get to the Kickstarter for issue 10, and with the trade for volume 1, trade for volume 2, and a couple other things that we have going on. You guys should be satisfied. Like, you will be pissed at me, Brad, if I drop this book and I don't at least have the next part done. All right. If I don't have the next part done and I've dropped this book, you're going to be pissed at me. These cliffhangers in this new story arc are massive. They hurt. They hurt. Pet shirts. What about pet collars? Why not both? hey, our merchandise has been moving, Our merchandise has been moving. So if I'm sure Danny's already looking up to see if there's a place where we can get dog collars and pet shirts made. He's got another window up right now. What's up, Coop? Um, man, hands are fun to draw. I don't know why people complain about them. I make sure to put them in there. Uh, yeah, but not too much to say that I was really digging myself here in these pages and trying to tell the story and make things happen here. I wanted to have some very interesting panels and cuts here. Tried a couple of new things, and I think like one of the things I'm really getting comfortable with is simplicity in my panels, and like understanding where the eye, like I thought I knew that, like I thought I knew about controlling the eye, where it needs to go and how it's directed, what I want you to focus on. And like I think I discovered that a hell of a lot more in this issue, with the deets, like giving you just enough background information to collaborate with the foreground. Colors of the event are about half done. When I finish those, I'll get rolling on Hotshot issue 10. You heard her. You heard it right there. Boom, boom. So we had some pretty stoic stuff here. The thing that was a pain in the ass is the adversaries that I have Hotshot facing in this one were the pain in the ass to design, and I literally did not settle on the design until I started drawing them on the page. So I put them on this page, and I finally decided on what I was going to do with them. Crowd scenes, those are fun. They're also a pain in the ass, but making sure I have a variety of people in there to be reflective of this Columbus, Ohio life that we live in, this melting pot. I had fun with one panel. I played around with a little. I guess it's like a action trope where somebody looks like they're about to get hit and they're already like wincing and like and they close their eyes and then they stay there for a minute and then it never comes. They open up the one eye to check, then they open up both. You're like, oh, I'm still alive. So I thought that was fun. Uh, iPads are super. I gotta work on the perspective tool. Learning more about the perspective tool, in the iPad. I think it will help. But they do have this option that, like, if I'm making straight lines or boxes, if I make it and I hold it without lifting up my pen, it automatically straightens out those lines for you. Veronica, you need to get on mic to get you the panels so you can color them quicker. Whoa. Veronica, see, so here's the thing. Veronica's popular. Veronica is absolutely popular. Everybody loves her colors and they want her to color. So she's working on a bunch of stuff. Zero Vent is done. The pencils and inks are done on that. So she is coloring that. Veronica has access to Hotshot number 10. My girl's just busy. She's got a lot of stuff to color. So, we'll get there. My job and my objective now moving forward is to make sure Veronica just has stuff waiting for her to color, to move on with or whatnot. So that's my goal. Oh yeah. I'm on page 15 right now. If anybody could tell me on page 15 when you get it where I referenced that shot from, I'll give you $1. I'll give you something, a button, a sticker. I don't know. Craig Digger, what's up? I don't have no questions. Just hanging out. Hey man, welcome to the show. Glad you're here, man. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Doomsmith says, "Hey, had a question about issue 1. Why did the people just foam at the mouth when Void appears?" They were foaming at the mouth because Void was mentally controlling them. He was infecting their minds with his darkness. And when he infects people with the darkness, that's what happens. They start to foam at the mouth and they lose control and they attack whoever he wants them to attack. It's what happened to Mike at the end of Hotshot number 2. The lingering darkness had crept in to him and he was foaming at the mouth. Also, Crate Digger is a dope ass DJ. Click on his name in the comments. Go check him out. Follow his Facebook page and stuff. Crate gets it in music wise, man. He's good. I think it's more your fault, Mike. Not that Veronica's popular. That's terrible, but she is popular. And Veronica said, and I'm illustrating teddy bear tails. Got 2 of those books to draw, ink and color. I need more hours in the day. Hey, Moana, how you doing? Veronica, if I had another Mike Watson, man, how much work will get done? And that's so funny. Moana's here. I'm working on a secret project with Moana that is taking up a lot of our time too. So, if I had one more Mike, Well, you got 1 more hour in a day because of daylight savings. That may be why I got so many pages done. But yeah, on page 15 of Hotshot number 10, tell me if you can tell me where I referenced this image from, one of my reference images in there. I'll be pretty impressive, and I'll think of something cool to get you. 16's fun. I'm starting to try to understand Hotshot's glove more. There's this thing that's done in anime, and it's done in not. I think it's no, it's not done in manga, but it's definitely done in anime where they do this nice rim lighting on gloves, where partial of when it's black and they leave enough highlight to where it looks like the fingers are bent. I'm starting to get more control over that. We cloning people. Let's make a Danny. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would help too. um this page, this is one of the pages where Danny was in my ear talking to me about it, on how I should put it together, and I ended up redrawing on this one. One, two, three. I ended up redrawing 3 panels on this. um and that's because it didn't work as far as storytelling. So yeah, I needed to go back in there and redraw that. And down there at the ticker, if you guys want to send any donations or any tips to Freestyle Comics, those are the links to go ahead and do it. I figured we'd just keep that party going if anybody was willing to do that. Um, but and I feel like I got something much better because I got this stutter step thing going on, that leads into the next page, which is a lot of fun. And I did that accidentally after I drew the whole page, and I looked at it. I was like, "Oh shoot, that's kind of cool," because like each panel goes boom, 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 and leads you to the next one. So we're always trying to guide one's eye through that page, which this redraw was more effective. I started to in this issue play with a different brush. I wasn't doing that for a while. Messing around with different brushes is a different rabbit hole I was not ready to go into, but I did experiment with a new brush on here that was pretty helpful. If anybody got any tips about manga speed lines and things like that for an app or an add-on to Procreate, I'd really appreciate it. Um, and I feel like my looking at this, Danny Cooper's all over this book. I'm telling you that right now. Danny's huge, huge, huge. He's huge into page turn reveals. He is absolutely in it. And as I'm flipping through here, man, about 90, 95, 90% of the book has got some really strong page turn reveals in them. Uh, and like I'm just looking back in here like, dang, I didn't even realize that. But definitely in there. And when I say like Danny was in my ear, it's just like Danny and I have been working together on so many different books and having our deep editorial sessions, that now I don't know, like, not to say that it didn't click before, but me as an artist, well, yeah, it didn't click before until after we talked, and then we would look at it and have that critique and feedback and edit, right? But now, to a degree, I'm catching it now, on my pages. And like, even though I had a layout, I would swipe out, I would erase or swap out or turn around some things like, hey, that's a stronger page turn, without even realizing that it was a page turn. Page. Now, your boy felt like a professional comic book artist when he got to page 18. All right. I felt like, oh, Danny, no problem. It's the truth, man. It's the freaking truth. The world could handle another me. No, Jen, you're original. The world could not handle another Jen. Page 18 is when I felt like I needed my Marvel Comics, DC Comics license. Straight Mark Bagley homage panel in this bad boy, and a lot of fun things. This was another page that actually went through a redraw process. Actually, I think this page took me about as long as page 3, and we were dialing in around somewhere around 8 hours on page 3. So I was in the same time frame for page 18, about 8-9 hours to get it completed. Some things needed to be redrawn and reevaluated with the page. Um, I'm hoping what I pulled off here in panel 3, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, in panel 5. Hope that catches everybody's attention the way that it needs to, or whatnot. But there was smoke, there was rubble, there was destruction, trying to get the body flung right in this thing. But it was a lot of fun, and that's the thing, man. Like, it wasn't aggravation. It was just like it can be better. Like, we're not selling what's happening on this page the way that we need to sell it. So I guess there at a certain point, I will redraw the things that need to be redrawn to tell a story better. But if the story is still, being told, but I don't think it's the strongest drawn page, I'm gonna move on because the story is still being told. 19, actually, nothing on 19 changed. 19 pretty much stayed exactly as it has been since initial layout. Um, there's some subtleties in page 19, so pay attention to that. If you've been reading the Hotshot series, pay attention to those subtleties and that. What up, Danny J? Quick in the building. And I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Because now Danny Cooper is in the writing chair for Heroes International. He's the ongoing writer for Heroes International. Like, Stephanie's the ongoing writer for Vigilance, and me, the writer on Hotshot. So he's taken on more responsibility besides editor, and letters on several titles. But I hope you guys catch what I'm doing on page 19. Is that page 19? Yeah, page 19. Page 20. That was a very simple page. It did not take that long to do. But this was, I think when I got to the second, no, I don't think I know. When I got to the second half of the Hotshot book, Hotshot number 10, I started bouncing around to a couple of pages, trying to knock out some pages I felt would I could complete faster. And then I stayed on the last two panels of this book. Actually, I drew the second to last panel. I was about to draw the last panel, and I looked at that and I was like, that shit sucks. That, like, I completely undercut the moment that's supposed to be happening. Like, I totally cheat this whole moment, and like, I felt like if you were the viewer reading it, you just be like, oh, okay, like you wouldn't get the impact that you needed to get. So I completely erased that last panel and extended out the second to last panel. I found a couple brushes, not very, like literally three, to help me with like speed lines a little bit. And I messed around with some Kirby dots. So I would definitely read, if you got the set of Hotshot books. I would definitely reread through them. If you have not gotten the set of Hotshot books, I would go buy them from shortfusemediagroup.com. We got the digitals up there and the physicals. But if you buy the physical copies, you get the digitals for free. So this is probably the first. This is the page 20 is the first page where Danny Cooper started coming out. That's where the editorial force started to appear behind me on my shoulder. Let's say the world needs more Danny. Hey, Mike, hope you're doing well, brother. Hey, Jonathan, man, what's up, man? Hope you're doing good. Jonathan Crasati, man, he made the first FSK model toys that we took around to conventions and stuff with us, man. Jonathan's a toy beast out here, man. Danny Cooper said it was trash. What was trash, Danny? What was trash? Jonathan, I need to pick up the entire collection from you. Oh, yeah, man. Actually, I don't even know if it'll work. Let's see if it'll work. I should have had this ready, but this is kind of like an impromptu type of thing. I just felt like talking about the books or whatnot. Up, here it goes. That works. If anybody, boom. If anybody is interested, like, this book is coming out soon, like it is. And if you want to check out the books, there's the link. Copy and paste that in there, and go ahead. If you're on Facebook, you should be able just to go ahead and just click it or whatnot, and go to the store and buy the books. Let's see here. Danny says that means immediate gratification. You can buy, read immediately, and then collect. That weak panel you scrapped was trash. See? Boom. So he was right. Pulled the trigger on it. And that panel became this big, massive thing, which did not take me long to draw or whatnot. The next page being 21, which is crazy. is the one where Danny said I need to make sure I watch My Hero Academia. Let me see here. My Hero Academia 20 minutes before I start drawing comic books every night. Actually, let me see here. Is this live? Hold on. My thing's not clicking. Hold up. Because it looks like, hold on. There we go. Yeah, it just didn't look like it was pinning. The comment was not posting on the Facebook page, so I went to the Facebook link and posted it on there. There we go. Um, Andrew said, "Well, I'll be doing a Kickstarter for issue 10." Yeah, we're gonna do a Kickstarter for issue 10. Issue 10 is issue 10's gonna be a big issue. Because again, 10 issues. Like we're putting the number one numerals 1, 0, 10 on there, so it's gonna be a big deal for us. Um, page 22. The craziness continues, and this one was a bit harder. I couldn't exactly find the type of reference I needed to help me execute this, so I just had to rely on my own imagination. And I am sure if I draw more stuff like this, it's going to get better. But I'm still absolutely happy with how it came out. Veronica, she may or may not enjoy coloring these 2 pages. Davina, what's up? How you doing? Then, and then we go to page 23, which was page 23 was super loose when I did the layout for it. It was super, super, super loose. I had an idea of what I wanted to do. Drawing the type of records that I was drawing in this panel, I don't do a lot of it, so it was more challenging. But um, I like to use foreground, middle ground, and background on these type of things. So I ended up working it out, and the figure of Hotshot, while smaller in a couple of these panels, I had a lot of fun doing that. One of the things I talked to Vic about was making sure that the body for Hotshot looked a certain way. I think if I tell you that way, that's spoilers. So I'm not going to do that. And really capturing it in its facial expression. But one panel here, My Hero Academia really helped me out with the speed lines and trying to get a sense of suddenness. That's what I'm going to use for that word, suddenness. And the last panel, actually, I use in the scribble word Victor. So I brought that back for this last panel. Also on this page, I was really thinking about, and this is something that you have to consider absolutely, and I did not talk about a whole lot, is that the text have to be a complete consideration when you are drawing these books. A couple of these pages, I have 2 versions of them with the art images at different sizes in the same panel with, just to make sure I had enough room for possible text on there or whatnot, or Danny has enough room for it. But this one panel, there's this thing that Danny does with his letters in the background that makes it an echoing sound, which is what I want to do on this panel as well. So that's going to be real fun when we see that, and I think it's going to really add to the element of the mannerism and the body language of Hotshot. And this last page, which was critiqued by Danny and Victor, the layout changed in 3 panels out of it, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels in total. And this one was hard, trying to figure out how to close it out to leave it on this cliffhanger that is going to piss all of you off at or whatnot. But I think I nailed it. I think I did good. Try to do a couple tricks with some things on here. And when we put the book in your hands, we'll see if it works or not. But that's it, man. All 24 pages of the Big 10 issue. Ooh, that's what I'm calling it, baby. Right there, live. It just happened. That's how these ideas happen. Right there in that moment, that's what the celebration issue is going to be called. Hotshot Big Ten edition. The Big Ten edition of Hotshot, baby. Woo! That's going to be the branding moving forward. So when we hit Vigilance, the Big Ten edition. Heroes on National, Big Ten edition. Emerald Quest, Big Ten edition. Digestion Gates, you get it. Big Ten. I have some ideas on how to color that big page. I bet you do, Daddy Cooper. This discussion would be easier if you showed us the panels you're talking about. hey, Brad, it would, man. It absolutely would be easier if I showed you guys the panels that I was talking about. Um, you know what? I will show you one. I'm gonna give you a page. I'm gonna give you one. But which one? Which one shall I give you? Let's see here. Yeah, your shot's gonna get you. Hey, Brad, you had to shoot your shot, and I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, let me see here. Let me get rid of the banner. Dandy Quick ain't got no screenshots. Let me see here. Where is that? Where's my movie recording at? Oh, you know what? That's why. Oh, there it is. Why is it all over here? All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. We're gonna pull up the screen. As Stephanie says, if you guys don't see it, it didn't happen. So look, there it is. That's all the pages of Hotshot. Boom, done. And we move on to the next one, baby. Moving on to the next one. Can't wait. All right. Let's see here. I really like this one. That load up. So this is a page. All right, there it is. So there's panel 1. We've got our boy silhouetted in front of the lake that he's sitting down by in heavy contemplation. There's our new IT guy. As I can say, as I've told you, it is modeled after my brother who passed away. And my brother's a huge, like, dude, he effing loves pickles. This kid would go out. This kid would go out and just buy pickles, man, like different flavored pickles. And like he would find these flavors of pickles, and I'm like, I didn't even know they made different flavors of pickles. Like the ones that it was like he would come back, like you know how I think Rocket Fizz, I think Rocket Fizz pops, how they have all these different pops. That's how he would find pickles. It is crazy. Veronica, you gonna have fun with this one? I thought you would. So yeah, I got him in there. And you know, I really like how it came out, man. Like it makes me happy. I really like how he looks in here. But got him eating pickles because he loves pickles. He absolutely fucking loves pickles, man. And he comes up, and Mike's like, "What the hell?" And this is kind of where they have that conversation about who are you, and you know, I'm not gonna tell you what's said here, but we acknowledge it in this panel and we keep it moving. He's still eating those pickles, and I'm like, man, all right, da 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 da, what's happening? Blah blah blah. Then we got him Hotshot putting his book bag on, and he starts to float up. My man Alex is still eating the pickles. Oh, look at that! I got pork chops, y'all, and fancy green beans. And then Alex disappears, and Hotshot takes off. Yep. Now I've shown this page before, so I don't mind showing this one again. I've shown this one. I absolutely love this background. This is actually the neighborhood housing district I used to live in Cleveland. All right. And Alex is there. Oh, this dark hallway. What's happening there? Who's that? What's going on? I don't know. But doors are shutting. We need to fix that mask. Let's see here. In his hand. That one. Is that the one you're talking about, Danny? I mean, it's the only one there. So obviously he's talking about that one or whatnot. But yeah, so these are it, man. These are the kit and caboodles. Those are the books, or those are some of the pages. Oh yeah, he is about to put it on backwards. But that's it. That's what I got. That's what I'm cooking with or whatnot. Um, take note 11 and 12 already written and done. 13 is page by page plotted out. Each page has the summary of what happens on each page or whatnot. I like to draw. I like to write in the Marvel style, and then go back in over it. But I'm diving right into 11. Are we acknowledging the different look to the IT guy, or like the new Mama Fresh Princess just is? No, we are going to acknowledge it. There is a one or two word balloon exchange about it, and then we're just moving past it. Um, but yeah, man, I'm pretty excited about this. Yeah, in the book, yep, I'm pretty excited about this because outside of with all the huge list of stuff that I'm doing, Um, this is probably the fastest I've gotten issue of Hotshot done with. A couple pages do feature Lori Foster, Loria on here as inking, and I'm very excited about that because I call her New Life, and New Life really killed it on the pages that I gave her. Andrew says, "What can you tell us about how you're doing the chat and draw art books for Kickstarter?" I think the chat and draw Kickstarter is going to be pretty straightforward. Um, I'm going to have we're coloring all the images for the chat and draw Kickstarter. There won't be a ton of rewards for it, but I know I am going to do a shirt for it. I know that we are going to do reward tiers that get you on the next season of Chat and Draw and get you the book or whatnot. That's one of the big things. What I want to try to do is get the whole with the Kickstarter. I want to get the whole what am I on third season? I want to get the whole fourth season completely booked. You know, outside of extra guests I bring on. So I'm probably only going to put like 20 slots on there for that, so you'll get different rewards on it, but it's going to be pretty straightforward. The volume 1 book, the volume 2 book, um we'll do some digital versions of it or whatnot. Certain ones will have prints. I know prints have been doing being a cool thing. I am i am i am definitely though doing um sketchbook cover of the Chat and Draw books, like my man Victor Gandrich on his Kickstarter. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely doing that. I'm probably going to limit it to 10 slots for a Chat and Draw Volume 1 sketchbook cover and a Chat and Draw Volume 2 sketchbook cover. uh, 1, 2, and then like if you want to get both of them or whatnot. So I'm definitely doing that, and I want to do a tier where we get one sealed after I do a sketch cover on it, sealed and signed, and graded. So those things are definitely happening. Um, yes, Andrew Doug, a New Life. Have you had a chance to check out ELE2? No, I have not, because every time I went to go download the digital version, it kicked it out the cart. So I never got my way back over to doing that. I tried all day. So I'm gonna try again because I do want that Busta Rhymes album. Ryan, I need to know. I want to be a guest. Oh yeah. Ryan, I can send you the links. For you to be on the show. That's no problem. I can do that for you. It's just what version of do you want, a black and white or a color drawing? To be on the show to get the promotion is free, but the artwork is what costs. Laurie Foster is like a new necromancer or something, bringing stuff to life. Yes, Veronica, she is. Andrew says, looks like I'm getting the sketchbook cover. Will season 3 book be included? It will not be included in the first Kickstarter. I will be doing a Kickstarter for Volume 1 and Volume 2. Book 3 is going to be something different, like still doing an art book for it, but we're doing something on top of it extra because I like to keep the game interesting. I like to keep it popping. Um, Basically, man, just when stuff starts to drop from the house of short fuse and freestyle comics, it's I plan on it not stopping for like a year and a half to 2 years. Like I want that content's going to just keep coming. And the thing that we've done, which I think that we've done by accident, with the fact of trying to make sure stuff is ready, really work on things, and then COVID coming in effect, is that we've effectively created such a queue of work that is done, that is on the verge of being done, that we have enough time to drop that stuff, drop that stuff, drop that stuff, drop that stuff. And while that stuff is being dropped, we're still working on the newer content. So by the time that stuff gets dropped, we start to filling it up with the newer content. But like it's just a constant rotation, and like that's what I've always wanted to be able to do. And being under the short fuse house has allotted us the opportunity to do that. To like, yeah, man, do I want to fucking freaking drop this book tomorrow, like with just the letters, black and white, so you guys can have it? I absolutely do. But taming that excitement as a creator, and then coming up with an outline, a plan, figuring out what we want to do, and trying to be the most effective as we can with the content that we have is you know a billing that we've gotten by working with short fuse, because when stuff drops at short fuse, stuff drops and has impact, and there's always, you guys are always looking to the next thing on the horizon or whatnot, and we got a bunch of things in the kitchen, and I think I've said that enough. I'm very, very freaking excited about it. But yeah, man, yeah, I'm looking at this thing, and I can't wait for you to get your hands on it. Also, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see your reactions. Unforgiven, part 1 through 4 is a very personal story. So I'm going to be very much so looking forward to what you guys think of it, how you take it, how you feel, and all the stuff. Season finale of 3 is probably going to be in 2 weeks. This season went on a little bit longer, because we have a lot of people that want to be on the show. So it's just a trying to balance everything. But I'll start promoting when the season 3 finale will be or whatnot. But I still got some more people to be on this season or whatnot before we close it out. Hotshot 10 is going to be epic. It is going to be epic. I just I put a lot into it. Danny's putting a lot into it. Veronica's going to be putting a lot into it. I've reached out to Victor, Ren, Sean, to get feedback on this thing. I've reached out to Haley, Danny J. Quick, to get feedback from them, and put it into this comic, into this story arc, and we'll see how it goes. But I know you guys will not forgive me if I don't get this next issue ready for launch after we drop this issue 10, because it's about to go down. I want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in, joining me. Good and bad, the good, the bad, and the nerdy is going on about a week and a half hiatus. We are under construction. We have some big things happening, and updating some stuff and whatnot. So when we come back, you're going to be seeing an all new good, bad, and nerdy. That's going to be pretty epic. Epic is my thing. Most epic art. Now, before I close out, there's this thing that I do, that I'm a part of, that that I'm learning about here, which is called branding, right? Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitch, and YouTube as Most Epic Art. Give me a follow, give me a dislike, give me a subscribe. Just give me some engagement. If you don't like what I'm doing, let's talk about it. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm a grown man. My structural drawing teacher is more mean than you ever could be. All right? Told me my artwork looked like a crapola sandwich. I drew a can in perspective. It was a can. It was a fucking can of green beans, man, on a shelf, and he said it looked like a crapola sandwich. Nothing you say can hurt my feelings. So let's have some discussions. Let's get some engagement. I'm here for it. Hope you are too. I want to thank you for tuning in to this little moment. And I think this is going to be something I'm going to do on a regular. Like after I finish up each book, when I start a new book, I'm gonna come in and have this little powwow and talk about it and plot it. How it was, how it went, and because I think engagement, I think interaction with you guys is fun. I gotta give you something to keep you wanting more, right? Right? At least I hope so. Hope you're enjoying it. But check you out later. Thank you very much. Later.
The new original leader. If you need a superhero, here I am. Now there I go.